everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Uncut, featuring Nebraska baseball's Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay. See, now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's an intro. That is an intro, kind sir. Well done.
That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Uncut on a Tuesday night. Kyle Perry bringing the noise. He's got special guests tonight too. I'm just gonna hang out and harass them from the bleacher seats.
Love to be harassed by you, DP.
But it is appreciated. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. If you want to be a part of the conversation, hit us with a what's up. Don't just yell at us from the bleachers. Have a conversation. Do that. You know you can. That we will respond. Also, Starter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live. You can see what's going on in studio. Hey, man. Good-looking folks in the room. That's all I can tell you. Let's bring in the southpaw. Let's bring in the lefty. Let's bring in Kyle Perry. KP, tell him what's up, man. What's happening?
DP, good evening, brother. Great to see you. Great to see you. Harrison, great to see you.
Yeah,
Charlie, thanks for always coming on, brother.
Introduce Mr. Fisher.
Mr. Fisher, Charlie Fisher. We got a brand new Husker in. He's just finally getting to start playing in the fall. He's fired up. The kid was mad. We were playing over by Lincoln East at Den Hartog the other day. He gets one up in the jet stream and said a few choice words after he got the ball up in the air, and he wasn't happy with his swing. It ends up leaving yard, and the kid's got juice. The kid's got juice. I like to think I got juice, but the kid's got real juice.
The real problem of hitting bombs by accident. Hitting bombs on accident. Like, that wasn't good. That wasn't good.
Did it all the time in high school.
That wasn't good. Charlie, give the guys, the folks who haven't listened to you on previous editions of the show, give them your story. Give them from the beginning, mom and dad and high school. Give it to them.
So I'm originally from Edina, Minnesota, suburb right outside of Minneapolis. I played basketball and baseball growing up in high school. Three-point shooter, didn't really step inside the arc. That was my job. I liked to dunk in warm-ups. And then baseball, kind of around sophomore, junior year in high school was kind of when I realized I wanted to play in college, and ended up being recruited by a few programs and committed to the University of Southern Mississippi and played 4 years down there. Got my degree, and then due to COVID, ended up having an extra year of eligibility. So I wanted to branch out and kind of experience something new. And now I'm sitting here with you two fine fellas, and I'm playing for the Huskers this year.
You know what's funny? So Coach Linzer, who just left, he coached at Southern Miss.
Really?
Yeah, under Larry Eustachy.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another Southern Miss coach with the basketball program?
Yeah,
recently?
They've been good, man. So Southern Miss, the Eagles are bringing folks. They're bringing folks in, man. They're contributing to the program.
Who was the guy? It was either he
Was
left
basketball
Southern.
guy?
I believe so. Was it Jay something? I could be totally wrong. He might have either gone from Nebraska to Southern Miss or from Southern Miss to Nebraska. I don't know exactly.
We'll have Harrison pull it up.
Harrison's on it.
Harrison's
baby.
on it.
Hear those
He'll fill
fingers
it. But
go.
yeah, he was a part of it, and then that's how he and Coach Hoiberg got connected.
Okay.
And then they went over to Iowa State. And then
Jay Ladner. That might be the name.
Yeah.
Ladner.
Yeah. You got it right.
Yeah. See, look at him, a sportster.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, he's a real
This
sport.
guy.
He's a real sport.
Begin
You
as
talked
well.
about so the 3-point shooting. Give me a percentage. Like, what was this? Give it to me.
Just depended on the night. We were either. I'll be honest. I don't want to say automatic, but it wasn't. It was pretty good. Probably 40.
Smooth stroke.
Yeah, no, it was smooth. It was
Got it.
reliable. I mean, I was more so the guy on the bench that was cheering for everybody. And senior year, I finally got the call to the big stage and started every game of varsity. But no, it was all my buddies. I played basketball growing up, and all my close buddies in high school played. So just kind of ran through it, and it was a good way to stay in shape over the winter, which obviously I'm feeling that now, not being able to run every single day inside of a gym, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, I wish I was still 180 pounds, but I'm not.
I don't look, man. I was telling Harrison the story that when I graduated high school, and so I was a late recruit for baseball. So I wasn't even on anybody's radar until late in my senior year. I'd already verbally committed for football.
Okay.
But baseball happened, and we were the powerhouse team in Virginia. They'd come and see all of my teammates. But I was just the guy that happened to be out there. And I was 165 pounds. And by June, I was on campus playing summer ball. And that new menu and weights for the first time, man, I was at one. Look, the first time I got steak and potatoes every day, for free. Wait a minute, this is a problem. And I was 190 by August 15th.
That's impressive.
And them line drives started to run. I was like, wait a minute, we're on to something. You should have told me this a long time ago.
Came in at $160 to college. Yeah, we're doing our so that, at least that, it makes me feel better, DP, knowing you came in at $165. But I came in $160, and see, the issue was I didn't have a single clue that there was something wrong with being $160 coming into college baseball. Had not a clue, right? Just had a left arm on me, and I go in for that physical like the first week on campus, and they're doing my blood pressure, and they can't even get the thing around my bicep. Kid was so little. It was so bad. It was so bad.
It just fell off.
Looking back, you see, they had to like tape it or something. You see kids coming in at $160 now. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But at least I can see it from their point of view. They got.
Can I ask you
metabolism.
Can I ask you about? So travel ball wasn't the thing.
Not as much,
right?
Oh, you're saying?
For me, it wasn't a thing.
Was
For
Legion
you,
baseball?
Legion. So I played American Legion, post 139. Shout out. I don't know why I still know that.
That's
but
impressive.
I guess because I wore that jersey for 3
yeah.
months. But my recruiting was already done.
Yeah.
For you guys, how important was it?
I mean, DP, I've told you this before, but Charlie, I'm not sure if you know my recruiting story. Literally, I had a summer my sophomore year. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Sophomore year. Had a good summer during Legion. Shout out Legion. Can't remember what post Millard South was. See, that's impressive, DP, and I'm only a few years removed.
Right.
But yeah, so I had a good Legion season because I was real loyal to the Legion. And so I had gotten in touch with Coach Silva, who was a pitching coach here at the time. Whenever they started recruiting, like September 1, whatever it is, they got those weird dates, for recruiting purposes. Not sure if they even have those anymore, but he hits me up, says, hey, whatever we got to do, let's get you on campus. It was so quick. They got me on campus, and I was easy bait. They got me on campus, had the visit, got to Erstad's office and committed on the spot. And like looking back, that was probably so like awesome for them.
Yeah.
Like
as
a coach, I made it like so easy. I I was not playing hard to get or anything. No questions at all. No. Oh, you like me? Like, cool. Yeah, you like me. I like you too. Let's do this thing. No question. Yeah, first visit, first offer. Fall of my sophomore year is really easy. Really not a big deal for me. So to answer your question, really not that big of a deal. Charlie, for you, take us through the process.
Yeah, I'm actually the complete opposite of KP. So I want to say it was my freshman or sophomore year. Growing up, I remember watching, the quote unquote legends of Edina playing Legion baseball in the summer, going out there, your mom and dad, and watching them. And I think it was either freshman or sophomore year when it was like, okay, I finally got the chance to play Legion baseball. And that's when the club baseball, the travel baseball in the summer kind of really took off. I remember the head coach of the Edina Legion team was actually Gene Larkin, who had one of the game-winning hits in the World Series. So it would have been
broke my heart. I was a Braves fan at the time. Oh yeah, I'm all over that one.
So it was the opportunity to play for him was awesome. But then it was like, okay, at the same time, if I want to play college baseball, going on the road and getting to these other states, getting to Florida and Arizona and stuff, that's what I needed to do. So I actually never played Legion baseball in high school, which was kind of a big deal to have somebody that was on the varsity team starting every day to kind of. It was a respectful turn down of I'm going to play club ball instead of Legion, but that's kind of, I don't want to say it broke any bonds or burnt any bridges, but it was just kind of an awkward conversation to have that, hey, I'm not going to stay home and play for y'all. I'm going to kind of get on the road and do that. So my process was more of the travel ball. But growing up, Legion was definitely the place to be, I guess, if that makes sense.
No, it's the evolution of the game.
Mhm.
Different recruiting types, different body types. I'll be totally honest. I've told Kyle this. You guys work way harder than I ever did in college. Like, forget about, like, for us, it was playing baseball.
Mhm.
The analytics and all the metrics and all that stuff that goes into it now,
Yeah.
it was just like I would have been frozen by overthinking because there's so much data being put in our head. We just showed up and played ball.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are like, I couldn't play in today's game.
Right. There's a lot of adapting they got to do because, like, we've been over this talking like organic, trying to be organic with the game, and it's like when that first started coming around, it was like, all the analytics. It was kind of strange because it's like, what are we talking about here? Like, this is so weird. Like, because then you got like two sides. I was like, I'm not going to look into analytics. Check the analytics. These things are, important. And so it was just like, and now you're starting to see, they're really getting implemented and whether it's recruiting,
Launch
every
angles,
day,
right. Hit velocity.
And
I'm like, what are you talking
at
about?
every level of baseball now it's being used. And even at the
Little
younger
League.
levels, where it's like, okay, hold the phone. I don't know if we should be really taking analytics to these little
Let
kids.
Timmy
but
grow up. How about that?
little Timmy doesn't need to be knowing how hard he hits it off a tee. Right now.
Timmy's there. I mean, it's great I guess it's great to be the king of middle school,
Right.
but it just seems like a lot for at 12 years old. I barely remembered to bring my sanitaries. Like
Sanitary.
like it was just like, wait a minute, what are we doing? Like, we had to, you guys have like every kind of stirrup, every kind of sock,
Right.
It was the first generation that wanted high stirrups.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they weren't being made yet. So my dad would cut the elastic out of like one of mom's skirts.
Oh boy.
And he would sew it to the end of the stirrup.
Wow.
So you cut the stirrup and then you attach the elastic to the end of it.
Right.
And then you'd pull up and you'd have long stirrups.
Wow. That's pretty genius.
Yeah, but it was lame, man. I played in flannel. That's how old I am. I played in July in flannel.
Oh man.
Bro, you were
rocking flannel.
That's why I was in shape. I just sweat everything out all the
Bring
time.
flannel back in
Oh,
this Nebraska weather.
Oh,
We need to bring the flannel back.
scratchy, itchy, gray,
Like a quilt.
sandlot. Yeah, that's
Gritty.
that's really what it is. I have much respect for the way you guys are being treated, because deserve it. So we do need to, Harrison. The thing about the baseball guys is, like, the football guys will bring in stuff. We get gymnasts, volleyball players. Baseball players never, that swag bag stuff that they have, they're selfish. Baseball players are selfish, crazy. Has Kyle offered you any of the swag?
Nah, I don't got nothing yet.
Not a hat.
No, not yet. Got
Not
Thomas talk shirt.
Not his 38th T-shirt that he got like from.
Behave. All you got to do is ask.
30. Like, I know.
You shouldn't have to ask, but
I
since
know
you asked,
there's
now
like
I'm gonna come back with a couple
40
of
shirts that never have been unfolded. Like, they're
Oh.
literally sitting in a pile somewhere,
Maybe I was cooking something up. pretty
lonely and sad. And we got 2 T-shirts, bro. That was it. And you had to wear them to practice every day.
deeply. Jersey hung up around.
Yeah, I
here
don't know
somewhere.
what it takes.
When
Like,
it's-
I'm gonna rely on Charlie
Hey,
Fisher now.
No.
Because I understand what this is.
I got you.
No. So tell me about the training that you're doing now, right? As you go through and you've got your exhibition games.
Yeah.
What's the best part about now in your season, in your year? What's the best part about now?
Oh, right now I think the best part is just kind of getting to see how your teammates click, and how they how like what their work ethic is like, and just take it to the grindstone with them. Honestly, that, like, if you really want an honest answer, like, that's the best part of working out right now, because the fall isn't that rewarding.
There's no payoff.
No,
There's no payoff.
it's not rewarding one bit. I mean, yeah, we get to showcase our our talents on the field. And I mean, I'm not speaking for myself, speaking for the boys, in the 2 exhibitions we play with UNO
Why
and
only
KU.
2? Why only 2?
Unfortunate. I don't know.
I honestly think that's the rule.
Softball
I think,
plays like 8.
because I want to say you get 2 out of like quote unquote competitions that aren't against yourself. I don't know the exact. I could be totally wrong. I could be way off, but I think in your 40-day span or whatever, you get 2 outside, which I don't know if Harrison can find that. Or
Like
not,
I just watched softball play their doubleheader on Sunday.
Was that KU that they're playing?
Yeah. And I was like, well, wait a minute, where are the dudes at? And I looked on the schedule. I was like, October 15th. What is?
Mark your calendar.
No payoff though, bro.
It's unfortunate. The fall is not a rewarding time. So, it's really just trying to grind it through with the boys as much as you possibly can. So then there is that reward, there's that carrot being dangled out there in the spring, that you put in the work now. I mean, of course there should, but you just kind of have to embrace the suck sometimes, I mean, we all know that, but I say that's the best part of doing it.
Yeah. Kyle Perry, Charlie Fisher, Husker baseball. Again, as we just mentioned, they will travel to Lawrence on October 15th. So next Saturday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
For you, as you gather strength and momentum, right, for you, how are you remaining patient?
Oh, I mean, true. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy. And, I mean, you look at a guy like Fisher, honestly. I mean, he didn't get to really do much throughout the entire fall leading up to about just this past week, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been in that same boat, but like, I mean, there's a lot at the end of the tunnel, man. I mean, that's just really, and like I said, it's not my first rodeo, right? So, I mean, I know there's that light at the end of the tunnel. Really, it's just trying to stack days on top of each other where, I have a good day of rehab, good day of throwing, and then try to get better for the next time. And if I have a rough day, then it's like try to come back better the next time. It teaches you to be patient. I'm not trying to be patient. I'm not really patient when it comes to this sort of thing. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I want to eat.
I want to eat. I want to eat. And so, I mean, it teaches you to be patient, but I mean, just looking to guys and looking at my teammates and just seeing how, they go about it and trying to learn more as we go on about the team and about baseball, because there's always stuff to be learned, within the game. So, I mean, honestly, just trying to take my mind off of my own situation for, what it's worth. So, I mean, if to be completely honest, I mean, that's all I could say about it.
Give the scouting report on Mr. Fisher.
Mr. Fisher, I'd probably throw him fastball in, breaker away, then maybe run a fastball up, easy. I don't know. I don't really have a thorough scouting report on the kid yet. So honestly, I mean, I haven't gotten to see. I mean, like I said, kid's got real juice, so you don't want to miss over the heart. I really hope the scouting report is just work around them, for the other teams when it comes to the spring. I'd love that, but. I'll come back and I'll tell you a more thorough scouting report as the days go on. More at bats I get to see.
Charlie, being around this team and watching their work, which is what you see. You don't get to see results or productivity, but you get to see the work. Impressed or no on the level and efficiency of the work being put in now?
Oh, extremely impressed. I think going off of both of y'all's points earlier, how you talked about it used to just be playing baseball. I think that's the craziest part, just to sidetrack for a second. Like in high school, if you go to program, like it's pretty similar in the work they put in. Practices are pretty similar, even if it's just travel ball programs. And I feel like coming from Southern Miss to here, it's like I was talking to KP and some of the older guys right, it's like, holy cow, like how do y'all do this? Like initially, because it's 7 a.m. conditioning, weights every day. We got team practice. We got mandatory meals, which right now is the greatest thing of all. You develop a routine, a schedule. You're with your brothers through it all, but it's very impressive. I mean, the schedules that we have, the coaches are working us, but at the same time, they're willing to put in the work with us as well. So they know that if we show up every day and we put in the effort, that we're going to come out at, like KP said, at the end of the tunnel where the light is. But just kind of coming into work every day and knowing that 45, 46 guys are going to have their heads down working is really fun. Because like KP said, it sucks. I mean, you go through it together, and that in the fall, everybody has similar results. It's not the spring where one guy's playing a lot and another guy's not. It's everybody's going through the exact same stuff right now. So it's a lot of fun to show up. I take that back. It's a lot of fun to be around the guys. Waking up at 6:15 to go run and sweat for 30 minutes to start your day isn't the most fun in the world, but doing it with the guys that you enjoy being around, that's a lot of fun.
That schedule makes me sad and impressed at the same time. Like, really?
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Right? Early on? That's early.
Yeah. It's when you become an older student athlete and your schedules start to thin out a little bit. Like my yoga class just concluded last week.
Finger painting. We're going macrame.
Underwater basket weaving.
Synchronized swimming.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a 6-week course. So it ended last week. Last week was week number 6. And so today I had my first Tuesday morning off, and yoga was my only class during Tuesdays and Thursdays. So now I got my Tuesdays and Thursdays off. So now it's really, as you get older, like that schedule, it starts to look a little better, right? Because then you start seeing those 7 o'clock wake ups,
like
then you see a nap afterwards.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, look what I found. So I mean, you didn't get to see that, those first couple of years,
So
but now we're seeing it. It's
here's
good.
the crazy part is we have one of our freshmen, Mikey Pauly, is football and baseball. And like going off of what KP said, like I have 2 online classes right now, I think, that are 8-week courses, and in the spring I'll have just 1 class. And some days I'll be like, man, like I kind of got it tough. I got a writing assignment, like I got weights this morning. And then you look at Mikey, who's 18 years old, and he goes from 7 a.m. conditioning with baseball to class to football practice, then football meetings, then class, then baseball practice, then back to class, and he doesn't complain once about it. And you're like, wow, like I really don't have it that bad.
Yeah, that kid doesn't know any different, man.
No.
He just puts his head down and goes to work, doesn't ask questions, doesn't complain.
Just imagine that naivete.
Mikey Cold
that
Cuts,
wonderful naivete.
Oh,
what a beautiful
It
thing
is
that was,
beautiful.
like, to have, and then veteran leadership to make fun of you and mock you.
nothing to make fun of. It's like, dude, he shows up. I'm leaving to go to class, and he's showing up after football practice, putting on his baseball pants, and he's just happy as a clam just to see the boys. And it's like,
Why do
wow.
we not know about Mikey?
Mikey Pauly, get him on the deal. It's Mikey Cold Cuts. We ought to have him on.
Really? I mean, Harrison, were you aware that there was another multiple sport guy?
No, I had no idea. So this guy plays football as well.
He's a quarterback.
He's in the
He's a quarterback.
Yep.
How is that
we gotta
not
get him
a
on.
thing? Like, Banks tells us every week that he was a 2-sport guy. Like, he makes it
that's. I was actually thinking about that since you're playing Rutgers, Vedral.
Yeah.
Him and Banks.
Yeah.
Getting that call, and I told Sam that one night we had that crossover night, right?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in his dad because he had just a pure stroke right across the street
Simple.
at Haymarket. I never got a ring.
Simple.
It's
Simple.
some BS, but you're gonna give Banks all due respect to Banks and
He's
Vedral,
loud
but
with
come
it.
on, man.
Yeah, he's loud with it.
I had some of that PBA magic in me still. and
Right? Just one jumper. That's
Come on,
all.
baby. That's all
That's
I
all
need.
Vedral did. He needed to take a shot.
I'll get you to the line.
Right.
I'm gonna draw contact. Hopefully the whistle's blowing that
Right.
night. I would have helped out, and
Yeah. Southpaw smooth.
still a little
If they
sour
got you-
about it.
Southpaw
Still a little
smooth would have.
sour about it.
Yeah, Southpaw smooth would have got you to the free throw line. I think that's fair. No, we gotta meet. We gotta meet Mikey.
We ought to get Mikey Pauly
Yeah,
on
we
here.
got- we
That's
gotta
a
do
clubhouse favorite, man. He's a wonderful kid.
I
He's
didn't
a
even.
wonderful kid.
I had no idea. We'll throw it to break. We're gonna talk a little football with you guys.
Absolutely.
Have you break it down.
Get it going.
Let them know what the Saturday experience was
Mickey.
last weekend. We will talk about that when we come back to Uncut.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
I'm sick of the chaos.
Yeah, I am too.
But some people love coaching searches. Like, they love it. This is fun for them. Some people would prefer that to having consistency and success, which is odd to me. But you like chaos? That's your own thing, man.
I used to think that was about 3% of the fan base. Yeah, I'm going more toward 25% now.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That was a problem. Welcome back to Uncut. Kyle Perry, special guest Charlie Fisher. Harrison Orange, thank you for what you do each and every single night, bro. We appreciate you. We really do, for getting us through. I was, as a coach, my players had fun. They worked really hard, but they had fun.
Yeah.
That was, especially in baseball. I mean, I was a 3-sport coach. I was one of those rare unicorns. I coached all year round.
Rare commodity, man.
Yeah, football, baseball, basketball, got them all.
And everyone loves you, DP.
They respected me. They love me.
Yeah, of course.
It's an easy.
Take
that's
some credit.
Well, one, because we did more stuff off the field.
Yeah.
Than we did. Like sometimes coaching required you being in a classroom rather than on the field. Some days that we would just, if business was being handled, we would put the gloves and balls down and we would go and get smoothies and we would just sit and chop it up.
Sure.
And we put cell phones down and everybody talked. We did a ton of, we took the entire team and all the parents to a Nats game.
Hey, wow, that's sweet.
Like we
real neat.
you did the thing. That's why I
Things
pay
you gotta
attention.
do.
Well, but that's why I pay attention to how players interact and how coaches respond to that interaction.
Right.
Some will try to block it. Some will engage in it. Some will celebrate it. I was a celebrator.
Yeah.
Like whatever we were doing that day, it was on purpose.
Right.
It was
Absolutely.
on purpose.
And
That's
every
all.
team needs that.
Yeah,
Every team needs that.
these are
Big believer in that.
I would have loved to. Well, so I said that I would love to have a talented team.
Right.
I never had the most talented team, but we won anyway.
Right.
We won anyway, and I can't. And then, in truth, the last team that I coached before I tore my bicep in 2 places was a group that the year before I got there. This is in Houston. They were 12-27. That group that I took over the next year went on to play in 3 consecutive state semifinals.
Wow.
The DP effect.
The starting rotation. Well, the starting rotation, but it was talent. Like these are millionaire kids. These are these are millionaire families. They pay $35,000 a year to go to school there. They weren't expected to be good at baseball, but they all played for Hunter Pence in his academy down there.
Oh, no kidding.
So I'm like, give me smart players, and I'm gonna win. Like if you can learn,
right.
The starting rotation from that team that went to those state titles: Texas Tech, Northwestern, GW, Texas A&M.
It's not too
the DP effect.
That's the starting rotation. No, that's the Hunter Pence effect. It was just my job not to mess it up.
Oh, okay.
Like, just don't mess it up. And my thing was, okay, we'll take away all the stuff that will distract you, and then I'm going to help. Like, just talk to me.
I love that.
It was good. There's some bad boys. As a matter of fact, so Evan Menarvik, who plays third base for Northwestern, was my starting pitcher, my starting shortstop, and my starting quarterback for football. Dude threw for like 12,000 yards.
That's sick.
Yeah, he's. I guess I shouldn't say this on air, but he's a fan of the program. Anyway, so tell me about Saturday being a part of Lincoln, Nebraska, and the University of Nebraska, and watching football this Saturday. Tell me about your game day experience.
You know
what was it?
Well, no, Fish was in Denver.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You missed it.
I couldn't even be here, which was disappointing. But before KP chimes in, I will say the Nebraska football effect in general. Like, I was in Colorado with family, and like I've been here for 2 months, and I'm checking my phone every 20 seconds to see the score. And whereas normally I'm really not into it, but it's like the boys are talking in the group message and they're talking about what they're doing, and I'm like, man, like, blessed to be around family right now, but like I should be in Lincoln at the game with these guys. No, but
what's your game day, Kyle?
Well, it was a day.
Mhm.
It was a day.
As much as you remember.
Remember all of it. It was all over the place.
Right.
Man. It was all over the place, bouncing tailgate to tailgate.
Okay. What's the best tailgate you went to?
Oh man!
And what made it the best tailgate? Was
Well,
it food
I think it was the
or
best
people?
tailgate we were at. Sun went down. It was about third quarter. So we get there and went out to it was a former teammate that I had here, Ty Roseberry. Shout out Ty. He invited us all to his tailgate and we show up there, and right as we got there, the light show started, and it was sweet because it was dark out, and they had that they were in that lot right across the way. Right across from the front of the stadium.
Yep.
So from that vantage point, we could see the jumbotron. So it's perfect for when the game was going on. So like you could get instead of watching the TV that was over here, you could just watch the jumbotron.
Yeah.
And that was a great experience because you got kind of like the best of both worlds. But then that light show happened. It was sweet to see from the outside because I went to the Michigan game last year.
Yeah.
And was that the first time they did it, or was that just the most hype time they did it? Because that was.
You mean Northwestern? For the light show?
Well, the Michigan game that it was so sick.
It was
'cause
a Saturday night game
we had.
last year.
Oh, yeah.
We had a lead. We had a lead
I
at
think
that
that
point.
might have been the first one.
Yeah, and that was insane.
Mhm.
That was so sweet. So I was there for that one, first one or whatever, if it was. But and then watching from the outside, it was pretty neat too.
Do they
so
do
it's
anything
cool.
like that for baseball?
No.
Some programs do. I know we don't.
Yeah.
But I know some.
Yeah. Hey, DP, man, you're the man of the people. I say you go out there and
I'm just gonna say this. So can we imagine the 7th inning stretch?
be so sick. Like say, and I would be cool. Like do it every time we're in the lead, tighter in the lead.
Tighter in the lead, and in the Big Ten conference.
Sure.
I was
Make it happen.
A lot of teams are doing either if their closer comes in or like a home run when it's dark.
Oh yeah.
Like we played at Mississippi State my freshman year in front of like 14, 15,000 people, and some either their closer came in or someone hit a homer, and it's pretty much like respectfully the biggest FU when
Just like here.
the stadium goes
Here, take
dark and then they start blaring music and the lights are flashing and you can't see and you can see the scoreboard and you're losing, and it's just
We got lost. Kyle and I got lost talking about walk-up songs. Like we went, man. We were. Now you got some of what I sent you, right?
Right.
At some point, we need to put together the bracket of best
64 song
64 song walk-up song bracket.
Agree.
And just have first. We'll start it with the baseball team. The baseball team can just vote through it. And then we'll go public with it and allow everybody else to go through it.
That'd be sweet, man.
You
I
know,
would love that. I mean, I'm telling you, I would.
Coming out of the bullpen, Charlie. What's your walk-up song? What's your walk-up song? What do you currently use?
That's a great question. I used to be. I think I had Kanye West my freshman year and sophomore year. Last year I went country and or 2 years ago. Last year I went country and I struggled, so I'm never doing country again.
No.
I'm kind of all over the place, just kind of whatever.
I think that's part of the deal, right? So
It's
we'll
gotta
come
be.
through. We'll set up a poll for Charlie's. We'll pick like 10 songs.
My runner-up can be his.
Yeah, and let that happen. Let that happen. Yeah, because I think 7th inning, a little light show at Haymarket would be amazing.
It'd be so sick.
I
It would
mean,
be
they
so
got
cool.
pyrotechnics. Like throw up a few fireworks. Like
Right.
what?
Yeah.
Like anytime there's a home run, I need fireworks, especially if
Yeah.
it's dark.
A night game. It just makes it so much more
Oh
electric.
yeah, Friday nights.
Right? Like what are we
Saturdays if it
doing?
runs late, man. I'm
Okay, so that's going to be a project of
Yeah.
mine.
Please.
I'm going to harass people until no, because I think the fans deserve this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely
The
agree.
fans deserve this.
I think we're selling ourselves short if we don't implement that sort of environment for the fans. I mean, truly.
This is for the fans.
Louder music, light shows.
Let's get like I think that would be it. Have you ever gotten your hands on the Wiener Schlinger?
Oh, I wish. The big old CO2 shooter.
Right?
Oh man. Those things are sweet.
Should that happen at baseball games?
Well, you see them at the football games. They go up
Well,
all
we
the
don't
way
want
to
to
the
reach the top,
nosebleeds.
but I think just they'd have to do it from center
little
field.
Jenny just
They'd have to
catches
do
a
it from
hot
center
dog.
field. They have to do it from center field.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, from the berms or something.
Right,
out
but
there.
I think
Absolutely.
just like if somebody hits a home run in the 4th inning, you go, look, we're hot dogs. You guys earned it.
They get some of the PR people to throw out strikeout or home run.
Have you
shirts, and
seen have you seen their PR people throw?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
I have. It's kind of like it's like, have you seen the axe throwing?
Yeah,
axe
like it's there.
videos?
I think that would. I mean, look,
It's a little cringe.
that seems like game presentation to me.
Sure.
Like that's a thing that should be had.
Yeah.
Let's go up and down because we've talked about Coach Bolt. We talked about Coach Harvell. Let's talk about the rest of this coaching staff because when I talk to players just on a one-to-one, the coaching staff is what they talk about. It's unique,
All right.
and it gives me hope. It gives me hope because that's where change can happen pretty quickly.
Right.
Who on the staff deserves praise? Give me somebody that isn't normally, Harvell gets his love, right? He gets his praise. Bolt gets his. Who else are we missing?
Well, I mean, Jeff Christie, our pitching coach, he does a great job with us pitchers. He is he finds such a healthy medium of being your friend, but at the same time, being the coach figure.
When
that
I got to
he used
line
to
you
be.
up, I line you up.
So I mean, I think he gets credit that he deserves, especially from us players. He knows he's loved and respected, but honestly, for just a kind of an unsung hero type guy that always has words of wisdom and just he'll pull something out of some Shakespearean BS
Right.
all the dang time whenever it's needed. Is Danny Marcuzzo, our volunteer assistant. He does
I
a
hear
great
some
job.
of the best stories about
Oh, I
Marcuzzo.
know that voice, man.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, he came on when we were doing the previous version of the show with me and Tom.
yeah.
And he come on, I'm like, what is happening here? Like
He's talking to you like this. And
Yeah, you got to repress
so
all the
many- sounds
buttons.
like
You got to reset
Squidward.
all the levels.
Sounds like Squidward, but with how much
he's so going to come after you for that.
That's all right.
All right.
I love the guy, but I'd say he's probably the unsung hero of the coaching staff because he always knows how to ring in if we get a chewing from all the other coaches, he'll say, okay, here's the deal, here's the lesson we can learn from all this. He has a great way with words. I'll say that much. But he's great.
He's doing his
What do
thing.
you think, Fish?
I would say the same. I think especially in the volunteer role where you're not on salary like the other guys, it's kind of hard to, I would say, bring it every day.
Mhm.
It's hard to show up to the field every day when you got guys that are getting paid so much more than you. But if you need someone to bring it every day, it's Marcuzzo. You might say hi and he might just look at you, like he might not respond, and it might just be, all right, Charlie, I'm not going to like him today. But he's one of the best coaches I've had. The whole staff in general too. To have a coaching staff that truly cares about you as a person and not just what can he add to the baseball program is something that I think is truly special. I don't know if KP's experienced that. I would hope so.
Yeah.
But no, I think having a group, just a coaching staff in general that truly cares for the player is huge.
Can we go into the roster a little bit because there's such a huge turnover of players. And KP, as you're trying to learn the new talent, how do you approach that? Like, is it when they come to you, like when they come to you, is it when you consume them or do you seek them out?
I love seeking out my teammates.
Okay.
I do. And I might do it a little too much. Honestly, I bet all these newcomers are like, the hell's wrong with this guy?
But that's perfect,
honestly,
though.
like this guy's got something screwed up in the head.
Like, what do you want?
But that's really, if you don't know me, I don't blame you.
Right.
I really don't blame you. I'm not going to be fake. That's not
You're just
me.
curious.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be, I'm not going to not come in with this genuine approach. If you like it, great. That I hope you do. If you don't, well, I'm sorry, man. I can't help it. I got something, I got screw loose. I don't know. Whatever. But I like to seek out the new guys. And like you said, there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of new guys. So, but I'm glad that some of them got to come in, towards the end of the summer to where I could, seek out in like these small groups, here and there with the new guys instead of getting this whole big wave. But it still kind of came out like came in with a big wave of new guys. But no, I love the new group of guys. I think it's a lot of great flavors coming in, a lot of different flavors for sure. But
Define
I
that
think
for
that's
me. Define the new flavors for me.
Oh, Bryce Hughes, infielder Bryce Hughes, from Texas. Talk about a flavor. That's a flavor I've never smelt, I had never come across, man. He's never been in the ice cream parlor when I was in there. So he's a oh boy, I'll tell you, Bryce Hughes. He's a breath of fresh air. He makes me look tame, and that's saying something.
I'm curious.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you, we got to get him in here. Told him tonight at the training table, we'll get you in there. He's a bull in a china shop, man. Just when he's talking to people, he doesn't even have to be moving around. He's just he's a big ball of energy, Tasmanian devil type guy. But no, he's scrappy though. He's a scrappy ball player when it comes to the on-field stuff. But boy, he's a big ball energy, man.
He's someone that we'll have the 7 a.m. conditioning, and it'll be like 6:30, and everybody's kind of lying there just waiting for our strength coach to get us going, and he'll walk through the doors, and instantly he's screaming at you. He's go Big Red, yeah, yelling at you in your face. He's got his little buzz cut fade, and
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Chin strap beard.
Yeah.
He's a guy you want on your team.
I'm okay. I'm curious. I'm leaning in. We'll throw the break. When we come back, we'll close out Uncut. A few questions for the guys about what's next for them. Yeah, they're slightly curious now. We'll get to it when we come back.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Expect increasing cloud cover as we top out near 81 this afternoon. Winds start the day out of the south and turn northerly by the end of the afternoon at around 10. We will see a chance of showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon into tonight, with the low dropping down to 52. Becoming mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 76. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment. Don't go anywhere. Outside the box. Coach Rocky Russo, as he tells us and breaks down the start of the Lincoln Stars season. We'll see how things are going. And we'll get him connected to both Charlie and Kyle, so they can do their puck drop, maybe get out there and take some shots on goal.
I got a few buddies who played for the Stars.
See, this
Now
is
that I think of it.
this is what I'm talking about.
Gotta tell him how many years he's been coaching.
Rocky's been coaching for a while, but he's been here 3 years.
All right, okay.
I think this is year 2.
Telling you, man, we did that crossover night. You got the poster in there.
Got the poster, baby.
That
Got
was
the
such
poster.
a fun freaking night. But
Got the poster, baby.
I'm not surprised they probably yanked the plug on that this year. That was
no. We're gonna do something.
Ooh,
we're gonna do something.
Great.
Need to get you out there taking shots on goal.
Need it.
Like it needs. We'll do it from the carpet so you don't slip and fall.
I mean, I got the juice.
Right, but I think Charlie, is that a thing? Like we can see you out there just winding up and.
Oh, I got a nice wrist shot.
Little top shelf. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that with Coach Russo. We'll talk about that with Coach Russo. So what's next? I mean, October 15th is what's next, and traveling to Kansas and kind of seeing folks pay off for everything else. But for you individually, what is this time of year as a student?
Yeah, right now is kind of the tough part of the fall. We got 2 weeks left of team stuff, and then after that, it's just I would assume it's just a lot of individual work. I guess it's my first fall, so that'll mean like 1 hour a day with your coaches in a small group plus lift and stuff. So the biggest thing right now is just kind of keeping your head down and keep working. I mean, I'm in 2 classes, like I mentioned earlier, so I'm pretty much baseball 24/7 in a good way. So I think what's next for me is just continuing to get healthy and taking advantage of the open time that I do have during the individual work, just obviously doing the stuff with coaches, but that at the same time, that means there's a lot of open time for you to either take advantage of or just kind of leave there and leave it in the dirt. So I think it's a great time for a lot of us, especially on the team, to kind of develop on our own, I guess, if that makes sense, if that's the right way to put it.
Well, that's the coach in me, because this is the improvement season. This is that time. So I always pay attention to what guys do when they have more time.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, what do you have? So KP, what do you do? Come on, man. Talk to me.
Just the rehab. Just the rehab. Getting in that training room, doing my bands and such. But I will be looking here once fall ball is actually wrapping up here in a few weeks. I'm going to be getting off the mound, baby. I'm going to be getting on the bump, DP.
What are they telling you?
Oh, they're just telling me you're going to be sick. You're just going to be so cool. No, they're saying, what, we're going to get you ramped up to about, 50 yards.
Okay.
Give you about a 1 week break. Get you really ramped up, which I love that. I love the ramping up piece, right? Because that's why you do it,
Step
of course.
up, baby.
I mean, it's
up.
been baby steps, and when they tell you to start, ramping up, and it's funny because whenever I'm in this, shout out mom, but she always has so many questions when it comes to my arm, and if it's a new step, how's your arm feeling? And I love that it's the mom in her, but it's like, trust me, I'm thinking every day. I wake up every day. Did I sleep on it wrong? Nope, I'm good. Right. That's how I start each day. So I mean, I'm really, really self-aware with the arm. But yeah, no, I love this time when the baby steps start turning into bigger steps and
take them steps.
And it's awesome, man. I think, I mean, that's really where the reward is. In the fall, because like we talked about earlier, it ain't that rewarding, but
it is not that fun unless you love it.
Right.
News for you, baseball folks. Judge goes 62. Your thoughts?
Well, it's about freaking time.
Yeah. That dude is one of my favorite athletes in general to watch. I mean, he's what, 6'7"?
It's incredible,
6'7",
man.
and has one of the purest swings in baseball.
It's unfair.
Yeah, no. Makes you feel really good about yourself.
I mean, I saw something the other day. I looked at his high school stats. Harrison, if you want to give that a Google, he had in 3 sports, his stats were ridiculous. Ridiculous. Basketball, he was like an all-state center, and
18 a game.
Of course he was.
And football, he was a ridiculous tight end that was receiving offers from a whole bunch of schools. And then obviously we know the baseball piece.
So ridiculous. There's a guy in my era who matched that, and Charlie's going to know him because he played in Minnesota. But he was 6'7" and a half, was an all Big Ten forward. Would have been recruited as a first round tight end. And oh, by the way, he's in the Hall of Fame. His name is Dave Winfield. He also could throw. He could launch. Like, he was 6'7". He was the early day Aaron Judge,
Wow.
and he was a bad boy. As a matter of fact, there's another one that local to Nebraska. 3-sport guy. As a matter of fact, he led Creighton in scoring in basketball. Would have been the number one track athlete, would have also been the number one football player, but he may have been the best pitcher in all time, and that's Robert Gibson.
Bob Gibson. God bless it. I knew you were going to go with that.
There's some dudes, man. There's some dudes that roll through. I love multiple sport athletes. They're my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm
real
just saying.
quick. Aaron Judge in high school, his senior year, playing tight end, he in 10 games, 54 receptions for 969 yards, averaging about 18 yards a carry.
That'll play.
Or a reception.
That'll play. You got to have one on your offense there.
Unbelievable. Just, and the rest of us mere mortals out here trying to grind. Gentlemen, well done. Good stuff tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it always.
Across the board, Rocky Russo, Lincoln Stars, up next here on 93.7 The Ticket.